My friend disappeared after a strange call. I had known Max since childhood. Same neighborhood, same school, same university. He was always chasing adventure, usually the dangerous kind. But the day he disappeared was different. This wasn't just another reckless stunt. This was something terrifying. The unusual call. We were at his place, drinking coffee, making weekend plans. Then his phone rang. Max frowned, looked at the screen, and stepped onto the balcony. He closed the door behind him. That was so strange. He never hid anything from me before. A few minutes later, he came back inside, pale, hands trembling. "Who was that?" I asked. "Just someone. Long story." He tried to smile, but I knew it was fake. I didn't push. I should have. The disappearance. The next day, no answer. Calls, messages, nothing. That wasn't like Max. That evening, I drove to his apartment. Lights were on, but no one answered the door. I rang the bell. Nothing. Then I remembered. He gave me a spare key. I stepped inside. The silence didn't feel normal. It felt wrong, like the world had gone mute. Everything was in its place, but something was off. On the floor, his phone, cracked screen, still glowing. One message, just one. "You shouldn't have answered. Now, you're gone." From an unknown number, a chill ran down my spine. The security camera footage. I checked the hallway camera. He'd set it up last year. There he was, leaving the apartment. But he wasn't alone. Next to him, a tall figure, long black coat, face blurred. Max didn't fight, but he was afraid. I could see it. They walked away. He never came back. The last message. As I was about to leave, his phone vibrated. But how? It was off. A new message appeared. "You're next." Since that night, I haven't slept. Max was never found. And every evening, I get a call. Unknown number. I never answer. But one day, I know I won't have a choice. I worked for a company that didn't exist. I was unemployed for months when I found a job posting that seemed too good to be true. A small tech company, hiring, perfect role, great salary, amazing benefits. It felt like I had won the lottery. The interview? Just a few emails, no video calls. They sent me a contract. I signed it. A week later, a welcome package arrived. Laptop, ID badge, detailed tasks. Everything seemed normal. At first, a company without a face. I never met anyone in person. All communication, through email or internal chat. No voices, no video, only text. When I asked about meetings, they said, everything is asynchronous to maximize efficiency. My work, small technical tasks, but I never saw the full product. One day, I searched for the company. Website, just a logo and a contact form. No LinkedIn pages, no news, no clients. It was like the company had appeared from nowhere. The empty office. 3 months later, they asked me to pick up documents at the office. Finally, I'd see where I worked. I drove to the address. The building was real, but inside, just an empty office. No desks, no people, just a single chair. In the center, my phone buzzed. A new message. "You weren't supposed to come here." Vanishing evidence. I rushed home, tried logging in, but everything was gone. Website, offline. Email, locked. Chat, deleted. Even the laptop. Wiped itself clean. No pay stubs, no contract, no proof I ever worked there. Like the company never existed. The final message. That night, someone knocked on my door. I looked through the peephole. No one. But on the ground, an envelope. Inside, a note. "Forget about us." And so I did. Or at least, I tried. I bought a house for cheap. Now I understand why I thought I had found an incredible deal. A beautiful house for almost nothing. Spacious, fully furnished, big yard. The only strange thing? The seller seemed desperate. He practically begged me to take it. Immediately, I should have been suspicious. The first strange signs. The first night, I heard footsteps in the attic. Slow, heavy, like someone walking above me. I told myself it was just the old house settling. Maybe rats. But then, I heard whispers. Indistinct. Like voices. Right behind the walls. I checked every door. Every window. Everything was locked. But the next morning, there was an old newspaper on the living room floor. I hadn't seen it before. The date, 20 years ago. The headline, "Family vanishes without a trace in their own home. Police baffled." The neighbors knew I asked around. An old man across the street looked at me and said, "You didn't know? No one stays there long. They either leave or disappear." I laughed it off. Just ghost stories, right? But the footsteps at night grew louder. Then, things got worse. Visitors in the dark one night. I woke up. Someone was standing beside my bed. I couldn't move. Paralyzed. I heard breathing. Heavy and close. I forced myself to turn on the light. No one was there, but on the floor, wet footprints, leading out of my room. The final sign I made up my mind. I would leave, even if it meant selling at a loss. But before I left, I checked the attic. In the dust, footprints, small, like a child's. Then, a whisper right in my ear. "You shouldn't have stayed." I ran. The house is still for sale, now for even less. But buyers don't last long. My wife went on a business trip, but I saw her at home. My wife, Lena, left for a 3-day business trip. I drove her to the airport myself, kissed her goodbye, watched her go through security. Everything seemed normal. Later, she texted, "Landed safe, all good." Night 1. The first night was fine. I ordered takeout, watched a show, went to bed. But I woke up with a strange feeling, like someone was in the apartment. I checked, walked around. Everything was locked. I blamed it on a dream. Night 2. Again I woke up, this time because I smelled her perfume, the one she wears every day. It was strong, too strong, like she had just walked by. Her pillow had an indentation, like someone had been lying there. I checked the apartment. Again, nothing, no one. Night 3. I heard footsteps in the hallway, slow, getting closer. I stayed in bed, frozen, listening. Then I saw her, Lena, standing in the doorway, just watching me. "Lena?" I whispered. No answer. She vanished into the dark. The text. In the morning, I texted her, "Are you definitely at the hotel?" She replied instantly, "Of course. We're having breakfast now." Why? I didn't tell her, but I knew what I saw. She was in the apartment. The footage that night. I checked the building's hallway cameras. 2:34 a.m., a woman in a coat, just like Lena's, walks in, takes the elevator to my floor. She enters my apartment, but she never comes back out. I paused the video, zoomed in. Her face was blurred, smeared, but the way she moved, the way she walked, it was Lena, exactly Lena. The thought when she came back from the trip, I didn't say a word. I just watched her, how she talked, how she laughed, how she ate. But the whole time, one thought stayed with me. What if this isn't really her?